Woo. Stacking bales. Take this one back to the yard. Get back in so we can see under the trees. Can't see the framework there. Okay, that looks fine. Done. There, that's good. Engine off there. And yes, the one thing we didn't look at was the TC 5.90. We have that modded tractor or harvester. We've got the small corn header and 18-foot regular header. We'll shut that and jump over the fence. Ouch. So yeah, to sum up the map, the fields are small, workable by one tractor, one person. Obviously you can get a variety of tasks done. We've pretty much done everything. We've ploughed fields, we've harvested, well, we haven't harvested, we've mowed fields, we've baled, we've windrowed, we've planted, we've weeded, and we have fertilized. And none of the jobs really took a significant length of time. I mean, okay, the ploughing took a while, but there was 3 fields to plough. So I had a worker ploughing 3 separate fields. Seeding, likewise, I was following around the plough with a seeder. But it wasn't, you know, the fields were done very, very quickly. There's no traffic, at least I haven't seen any. Oops. Whoa! Yeah, that's very, very bad. That is super bad, because I don't think I'm going to get that upright. So I don't think any tractor I have has the weight to right that trailer. I can't see a thing because the trees are in the way. Oh, come on. Yes, go. Doink. Yes, okay, we are upright with the tractor. Don't know what's going to happen if I try and hitch the trailer. We're going to fall over. Okay. So we're falling over again. Let's go get the other tractor. Let's see what we can do. Pretty sure I do not have adequate mass on this tractor to lift that up. It's not like I have any other options. Okay. So if we unstrap the bales, we are going to have to move them with the bale forks anyway. Oops, there's the turner, that's why I did it last time. Not paying attention. Okay. Yeah. Kind of figured we do not have the weight to do this. Well, I wonder. Nope, let's unhitch the tractor. Oh, please start the engine. Okay. About as much chance of getting this on the roof as I do on the onto its wheels. Okay, we'll leave that there, we'll jump back to the other one. This one is still not having any success at all there. That, okay. Now it's stuck. Okay. Yeah, fine. The problem is that's in the way to get around. In order to do something like this. Yay. Okay, that's done. Now I'm stuck on something. Oh, now I'm stuck on a telegraph pole. Wonderful. Okay, so that tractor is now upright. The trailer is now very heavy. Oops. Okay, you can be there. We'll park that there. We'll jump out and start. Okay. Seriously? You're not going to let me do this, are you? Oh. Not easy, huh? I guess I could unstrap the entire lot. Okay, let's try that, which means I'm going to have to hitch this back up, have it fall over, turn off the straps. That's not going to work. Okay, right, so reverse back to there, hitch up the trailer, fall over the tractor. Seriously, you're not going to let me undo the straps. There we go. Now, potentially, we can turn that off and jump in the other tractor. We'll be able to right the tractor and the trailer in one go, just like that. And then everything else we're going to have to do with the forks, which means a long, slow journey to the sell point. Well, that's frustrating. However, aside from turning over the tractor. Yes, so nice little map. Longevity, I'm really not sure. I mean, obviously I've still got all my fields and growing crops, and they're not ready to harvest yet. All that for 950. Seriously, 952? Are you telling me the price has gone down that badly? Yeah, I guess not. You get more when they're all on a trailer stacked together. But for short term, yes, it will. Yeah, it's definitely got a lot to offer. You're not gonna get bored doing one task for 2 straight hours. I have no money. I also have a very large loan because I bought lots of fields. fields aren't exactly cheap. I do not do potatoes. And that trailer's worth about £11,000. So it's not entirely bad. And also the fields on this are really, really not potato friendly. If you think about the size of equipment. Two of my fields were, sugar beet fields. But even for the tractor hauled sugar beet harvester, you need over 180 horsepower. Plus it's long and unwieldy. I'm not sure I could get it into most of the fields on this map. Which is a shame. I mean, I've seen small potato and small beet harvesters. But the in-game ones, even the small ones, are a little bit on the large side for this map. Same problem with cotton. There's a bunch of fields on this map that are planted with cotton, but there's really no way you can get a cotton harvester around this map. I mean, I wouldn't even want to buy the Massey Ferguson or the small John Deere to harvest on this map because of the size of the roads, the lane leading up to the farmyard just doesn't work well with it. This would have been much easier if I hadn't rolled the trailer, but oh well. It's a small map, so it's not that far to the sell point. Money, how's our finances at the moment? So I've borrowed $100,000. We have bought $450,000 of equipment, $243,000 of buildings. Really? We bought the silo, yeah. And $641,000 of land. So that's where a lot of my starting capital went. We've spent $1,800 on seeds. 3, 4, about a little over $5,000 on people. And we have a big loan. We have managed to sell bales. $15,000 worth so far. I'll head back to the accident and see how many more we've got out there. Okay, how many more we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 more left. So that's about just under $8,000. So bales. So about $22,000 worth of bales so far from 2 fields. We have fully fertilized sunflowers, which need to be ploughed and just need to be ploughed. So that's 145% yield on those. We have fully fertilized barley, which I believe also needs ploughed, so that's another 145% or 135% yield on those. I've planted 2 fields of canola, 1 field of wheat, and we've got the 2 grass fields that are still going. I'll be interested to see how much money we make from the fields I bought, considering I spent $600,000, $650,000 on fields. I need some good returns on those to cover the loan. Let's raise that up. Grab that one. Lower that so that the centre of gravity is a bit lower. Oh, seriously? Ugh. Okay. I'm really not doing well here, am I? Oh, come on. I've got that wedged right up against that hedge now. Go, 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 go. Yes. Why am I looking straight down? There we go. I didn't spike that because it's not registering on the there we go, 4,000 litres of silage. Okay, let's drive a little bit more sedately. Stop trying to roll everything over. Hello, off you go. Let's try that one again. There we go. Came off. So I mean, personally, I don't see any reason why this map couldn't be released on console. Unless the person who made it just can't be bothered to submit it to Giants and he's only going to leave it as a sort of mod site. Oh, that's horrible. Let's try that one again. But there's nothing on this map that looks like a big no-no as far as Giants would be concerned. I mean, the Michigan map, yeah, you've got trade names all over it. Frito-Lay, McDonald's, Applebee's, and because you've got effectively registered trademarks on the map, that's not going to get released on console. But outside of that, it's, you know, what on this map would disallow it from being on a console? There's no scripts. That could be a problem. There's a lot of trees. Five more. Yeah, I think Marwell, as far as YouTube and Twitch are concerned, is oversaturated. You're right there. And that's primarily because, yay, we suddenly got 3 maps released on the Mod Hub. And obviously Marwell was anticipated by many people, and everybody wants to get into that one. The Alpine Panorama and Northern Sea, whatever it's called, is a very, very basic map. It's probably multiplayer friendly. There, you know, you've got 4 arable fields at the beginning. 3 of them are incredibly small, and you have a ton of grass. Now, obviously, to turn a grass pasture into an arable field, you're going to have to plough it and create fields, and to do that, you can't use a worker. And to make a couple of them arable fields, it's going to take one person a long time. It's going to take a few people not so long if you've got, you know, even if you've got small ploughs, if you've got 3 or 4 people all hitched up to ploughs, you can turn those pastures into fields very, very quickly. The other interesting thing about that map is you get the equipment even if you start on Farm Manager, which I think is probably an error in the setup files. I think there is a way to define equipment for New Farmer specifically, and there's a way to define assets on the map that appear whichever startup option you select. So the difference between New Farmer and Farm Manager on the Alpine map is you don't get the fields, or you don't get the land, but you do get all the buildings and all the equipment. On New Farmer you get 100,000 euros, and on Farm Manager you get 1.25 million. So obviously, yeah, go for Farm Manager, because you get a ton of money, and the only thing you have to buy with that money is land. You've got all the equipment that you need. I also took a brief look earlier today at the new Bartles Haven map as well, and that has one small field, and everything else is huge and costly. And if you start in new farmer mode, you get the one small field, you get all the equipment, you get all the buildings. And if you start in Farm Manager mode, you still get all the equipment and all the buildings. You just don't get the land. But you really can't afford any land except that small starting field, which is still quite costly. So when you look at all the maps we're getting, the only really decent one is Maypole Manor. Oh, and the other one's a logging one. Well, yeah, I've seen you can now get an auto-load logging trailer. I can't remember which YouTuber I was watching that was trialing that out on the Michigan map. And the auto-load logging trailer is really nice. So if you bought that, one of the big rig trucks, and the Scorpion King or equivalent, then the logging map's really friendly. If you're going to do it on the cheap though, I'm sorry, but there's nothing with decent logging forks. The in-game log forks that would fit on this tractor, quite frankly, are useless. And I found pretty much the same playing Farm Sim 17. The in-game log forks suck. There is in Farm Sim 17 a Biobelts log fork, which has 2 prongs on the top and 2 prongs on the bottom, which makes picking up trees far more stable. They don't shake themselves loose. And until we get something like that, I'm really not that interested in logging. And I think a lot of other people aren't. They've tried it, you know, get a chainsaw, get a little logging trailer, and get yourself a front loader or a tractor with a logging fork, and I'm sorry, the in-game logging forks don't work. You end up just, you know, the logs vibrate themselves out of the forks, and you end up dropping them most of the time. And until they can fix that, and I don't know whether that is the logging physics is broken, or whether it's just those forks are really bad. Nobody's going to play that logging map. And if they are, it's going to, as I said, it's going to be a Scorpion King and an auto-load logging trailer. And how long does it take you to clear the map completely of trees with that sort of setup? We had we had a multiplayer Goldcrest map, and some guy took out 50 trees in an hour. It doesn't take long. It's then picking them up, and obviously we weren't using an auto-load trailer, but give yourself an auto-load trailer. You can haul trees away very, very short order. There we go. And that's all the bales sold. Yay me. So we got 37,000. We need 10 times that amount to pay off the loan. So we'll take the equipment back to the farm. And I will be jumping round equipment because it's a long walk. And right now we're wrapping up. That's my road. Now, I think another map that a fair few folks are looking forward to is Oldstream Farm. And I don't know how close that is to release, whether Giants has it yet or anything. But if Giants actually prioritizes good maps that they get for testing, then we could see that fairly soon. And people will be happy and people will play that map. And it'll give us something different than just everybody on YouTube and Twitch are just playing Marwell Manor. There'll be a second popular farm. But we are desperately starved for maps at the moment. At least decent ones. And this is a good map for one person to do. If I could turn the wheel the right way, we could park this tractor up. Yay. There we go. We could go back a little bit more. And stop. Okay, we'll jump over to the other one because I ain't walking. Now, what is it? There's 2 weeks left in February. This coming week I will be doing my normal stream schedule. So tomorrow night is World of Warships. Tuesday will be Estancia Lapacho on Farm Sim 19. Wednesday's my day off. Thursday is multiplayer Truck Sim, which I believe this week we're due to do Euro Truck Sim again. And Friday is the multiplayer farm on the Michigan map. The following week I will be streaming just Monday and Tuesday because I have somewhere else to be on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. I could put the sides back on that because the next thing we're going to be doing with that trailer is harvesting. So long as it's on the concrete, we should be good. Customize, yes. Full capacity. Do that thing. Yes. Okay, there we go. Forwards. Now, from March onwards, I will be planning 2 streams a day. One from around 6 o'clock for about 2 hours, and then the second one from about 9 o'clock for another 2 hours. That will give me more opportunity to feature more games, possibly a couple of warship streams during a week, and maybe feature some other games entirely, and also possibly a couple of sessions of Farm Sim 19 with different maps again. So, and I might retire Estancia Lapacho in March. I might keep that running for another month. But with the sessions will obviously be shorter, so rather than doing 3 to 5 hours of Estancia Lapacho on Tuesday, I will be doing 2 hours. But I will be doing a stream of something else as well. So more games, more maps, and we'll see how that works. But for the next 2 weeks, there's no change to the schedule. Anyway, I think I've said my piece concerning this map. We'll jump over here and we'll take a look at the tree. I'm not seeing any grass growing yet. Okay, how are my fields? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's grass, that's grass. That's just been replanted, that hasn't. That's just been harvested. Nope. Let's put the grass there. So there we go. Yeah, see, I missed that whole corner. But I'm not going to worry about that now. Everything else, this will be the next field ready to harvest. 66 needs ploughed, that's the sunflowers. 45 needs ploughed, that's the grass. Oops, I was going to take ploughs off. All of them are fully harvested. I missed a little bit of weeds there. I'm going to plough this field in and replant it as grass so that it loses the needs ploughed status. This, once we harvest that, we can plough it and then seed it, so that's not as big an issue as, you know, that's not something I'm too worried about, but it's going to be a while before that's grown. So we've got no fertilizing to do. The only work to do is 45, and then we're kind of done with this map for a while. So yeah, good little map. I may make this into one of the features come March, but for now that was our first look, and I need to turn the grass off because that's blinding. There we go. So thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and have a good week. I'm off to bed when I can find the off button. So take care and good night.